I'ma swerve on him. I'ma swerve on him.
Youngin', you ain't heard that my fan paid. The barrel on the 40 spin around like a fan blade. Goons is in the cut, covered up like Band-Aids. Soon as a the front, they heat them up like a lampshade. Unanimous, it's synonymous in this metropolis. I'm back smacking rap columnists across the continent. The consequence, you giving compliments, we total opposites. My confidence is constantly murdering these rap. Yo, they want that real shit, they gon' get what they ask for. The money look different when it come out the cash vault. Another nigga die, we pour liquor on asphalt. Shots in the air, they rocket ships when they blast off. You getting blackballed and putting stamps on my passport.
It's your girl Kim GoodLook Seabrook. We're here with the infamous Amadeuz.
That's right, the one and only.
That's right, on Validated Magazine. We appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
I'm excited to be here and
It's
get
an
to sit down
honor.
and talk to you.
Indeed. But I do want to say something before we start. I want to know, are you still smacking baby mamas?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Well, it started
Where'd that
like,
come from?
No, like it started like when I would do video drops, I would just say, "Yo, it's the Inphamus Amadeuz, aka Young IPH," and then that led to aka Smack Your Baby Mama. She ain't got that real money on time, and then we just basically it just became something that's like funny.
Right.
It's funny, like
No,
you know.
it is not. That's why I had to laugh. Like, we still smacking baby mamas because
I mean, not literally.
Listen,
It's in a, you know,
not literally.
In a metaphoric sense, yeah.
Right.
Everybody want to smack their baby mother and their baby
with something,
father.
with just,
of course, they doing mad dumb stuff, like, you know, the aggravation, and it's something everybody can relate to.
Absolutely.
You know, like, who don't want to smack their baby mom every once in a while, smack their baby father?
Right.
Right.
Especially when they do that child support check, right?
Yeah, child support or being incooperative, and you know.
Nah, I
life,
definitely
so.
get it. I just started laughing when I heard you say it. I was like, yeah, he's hilarious.
Yeah, no, it's funny, but it's weird because it just stuck with me. It's something that's been around like 15 years now, so it's just like that's it. It is what it is.
That's what's up. So, being from the Bronx,
yes, born
the
and raised.
birthplace of hip hop.
Born and raised.
What's your earliest memory of the hip hop culture?
Someone else asked me this recently. The first song that I heard that made me fall in love with hip hop was a song called "Live and Learn" by Joe Public.
Okay.
It's a like an R&B hip hop record, and it was real dope because they were playing like guitars in the video, and it's really abstract. So that was definitely like the first experience when I was like, you know what, this is kind of dope. And then obviously Crisscross, you know, we're like 9 and we got kids our age that are, you know, doing like us on television and stuff. And I think really like when I started getting in tune with like Snoop Dogg, like Doggy Style, that was really the first album that I was like, all right, it's serious. And then obviously Illmatic set the tone for what music was gonna be from us. And like, you know, at least in my generation, like the generation before me, there were a lot of guys from the Bronx who were relevant. You know, you had the KRS-Ones and just the whole entire culture came from the Bronx. But like when I was growing up, it was a lot of Queens guys.
Yeah, I heard you say that. That was like a lot of your influence was
yeah, absolutely. I mean, the sound was really like, you know, Queensbridge and just that whole culture, and that kind of like really, like, I'm like, I'm in.
You in?
I'm in all the way. I think this is something I want to do.
When did you start writing?
I used to write in junior high school. I would write Tupac's rhymes, and I would just basically write the song down. And this is how I learned how to write a song. So I would listen to the lyrics and write it out so I can see how he was saying it.
Nice.
So I can keep the proper pronunciation and write bars and stuff like that. And then I just catapulted into mines. But it really started with that. Like I would write, like, you know, I would use his lyrics for like essays.
That's interesting.
How
everybody has a concept of how they started writing.
Yeah, and I felt very connected to the stuff that he was saying. And you know, and we just took off from there.
What's one of your favorite tracks off of Snoop Dogg's though?
Oh man, I like the whole album. The Shiznit is the record. Doggy Dog World is definitely my favorite record on the album.
That's a good one.
I like the fact that he had the dramatics in the video. It was like a real throwback video. Yeah, it was dope because obviously I'm Puerto Rican, whatever, but I grew up in the African American community, and even my mom's, her being white and Spanish, she was really like into the soul music. You know, we wasn't listening to Willie Colon in the house. We listening to Al Green.
Right.
You know, we listening to that type of sound. So that was another reason why I connected with Doggy Style, because he really like influenced it with like Curtis Mayfield samples, the old school like thing that they did. So it was just something that I just knew from the beginning, like this is something that I think I want to be a part of.
That's what's up. So your wordplay is serious. I heard quite a few of your songs.
Appreciate it.
Your voice is distinctive.
Yeah.
You know, like mine. So but I hear you're done with music. So
yeah, I mean, right now I'm just, I'm in a space where, radio is what it is for me right now. But I'm fortunate enough to be in a situation where the station that I'm at caters to the sound that I like. It's like when you're on FM, it's like you're essentially going to a DJ booth and you have a playlist.
Right.
So it's like, all right, these are the same 20 songs. With being a part of the Shade 45 family, we can support the music that we like. So we can play, the Ricky Batts of the world, or, whoever we choose. So at one point I was definitely done with music, like completely done with music.
Is it because of the industry? And I don't mean to cut you off, I'm sorry, but why, yeah, talk, like, explain that. Because a lot of people get into it, then they want to stop.
We grew up in a time where, you knew your artists without ever meeting them. So when you heard, a Mobb Deep record, you could relate to it. And then imagine, not them per se, but imagine idolizing someone and then realizing they not who they say they are. Like that, for me, that was just like the end of it. Like when I was finding out, my favorite rappers wasn't writing their own rhymes and shit like that, I'm like, this is crazy. Like I feel betrayed. Like I feel betrayed. And then the sound changed so much with the introduction of auto-tune and that type of thing. So I didn't have the inspiration for music. But also the flip side was I was in a position like every other unsigned artist where I'm just around a bunch of people that just know that they could just rap. Nobody know how to do any administrative work. So it was my choice to go behind the scenes and learn the business side of music, and it's something that I just fell in love with, and I just stuck with it.
And that's something that I did research about you. You stepped aside from being an artist and learned about the business. What are the other aspects to the business to be successful?
I mean, there's no correct formula. A lot of it is luck of draw and being consistent. But you have to, it is the music business. So you'll hear me a million times say that it's 90% business, 10% music.
Right.
It is what it is. So you have to be very business savvy, and no one is gonna take care of you like you.
That's
so you could choose to put your career in everyone else's hands, but they're not gonna look out for you the way you look out for yourself.
Absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely.
So you can't say a lot of, when you're a young musician coming up, you're just like, I don't want to worry about registering for ASCAP and copyright. I gotta be in the studio. You sound crazy. It's a business. Like, you're here to sell a product to an audience.
Right.
You have to know how to adequately do that.
Right.
And it's not just about making dope lyrics and beats. It's you have to learn the aspects of it. So that's number one with the whole music thing. You just gotta know what you're doing.
Indeed. So you got on Shade 45 by actually they finding you on National Geographic.
Yeah.
How did the National Geographic come about? Who found you? Like, how did they find you making Nutcrackers? And put you
at the time, I was like really popping with the film, and I was shooting. I was damn near on the top box of World. So like every week we had like 47 videos or something, like in 1 year. And the Nutcrackers, it wasn't something that I needed to do, but it kept me humble because I feel like I needed to do the hand-in-hand shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because that's something that you were used to?
Well, that's what I was used to doing. You know what I mean? So it was the hand-in-hand, but you know, it started getting lit, and I was also on the video set. So you pull up the Waka Flocka video set, and like ain't no liquor at 12 o'clock. I'm popping out the trunk. Boom. You know, and word got around, and going back to the business thing, me learning business, I learned search engine optimization, SEO, which is basically like when you search something in Google, your thing pop up first. So when you would search Nutcrackers, my Facebook account will pop up first. So National Geographic caught wind of that, and they DM me on Facebook. Like, they hit me on Facebook like, yo, listen, we Water War Productions, we doing this show called Underworld Inc. We've been hearing about you. We want to fly to New York and meet you. You know, and then when the lady came, she probably thought I was like just some kid from the street, like, but she said, I'm already getting money already, like for real. And she just took a liking to me. She's like, listen, we're filming. So they DM me Monday, they flew to New York Tuesday, Wednesday we was filming. And that shit, and it changed my life. Yeah. It did, it definitely changed my life because it gave me an end game with radio. Right. You know, like we're all just grinding and floating around, but what is the end game? Exactly. You know, and you know, peace to Lord Sear. Lord Sear saw me on National Geographic. And his show was called The Drunk Mix. The Drunk Mix, right. Which is the mix that I do now on Thursdays. Okay. And you know, he brought me up as a guest, and this is when the business savvy kicks in, because I know how to, I'm real business savvy. So I ended up becoming like the closest person to him in the journey. So when he got the primetime slot that he has now, the Lord's His special, they brought me on the film, and then by the luck of the draw, I made my way in. Because I didn't even know how to DJ. I was just gonna say that you learned on your own, and this is what I wanted to highlight. Like you learned on your own to DJ to make sure you get that slot on Shade 45. Yeah. Well, I was putting a lot of DJs on the radio. Like a lot of DJs like Punch, like you know that people watch. I was putting these kids on the radio, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm putting myself on the radio. Straight up. So. One day I was in the club and DJ Self had left early, and I saw like the guy that I work with, he was playing off an iPod. I'm like, nah, we ain't doing this. So I bought a laptop, not knowing how to DJ, and I got in the booth. Look at that. Every week. I just got in the booth every week, just kept going, and then here we are, you know what I mean? Right. And I just... That's what's up. How does one make themselves irreplaceable? It's value. You gotta, you can't just do one thing. So for example, like if you work with a publicist, let's say, and all she does is be a publicist, you can find a better publicist. But what if that publicist is an engineer? What if that publicist knows how to create music? What if that publicist runs a radio station? Now there's just so many different avenues that you just can't replace that person. So I've literally built a whole career on this. Nice. Like not being replaceable. Like, so you could try to go over me, but it's gonna spin back anyway. In a sense, you know. So you had a magazine. We were talking about this before off the camera. What was the name of the magazine? I Get Out of Magazine. What was that? I'm sorry. I Get Out of Magazine. All right. And you decided to leave that alone due to the evolution of the web and social media. We got in late. You know, and you know, we was really taking off. We were in the newsstands, but we just got in so late, and the way people were retrieving the information was changing. This is like around the time of Instagram. So you know, essentially, by the time I printed my information, you already heard it already. Right. So from there, it just, you know, it was just like, you know what, let's just end it. And then the last magazine that we did with Cardi B and Change Drugs died like 2 days later after we shot him for the cover. So that was another thing too. Like we were trying to show respect to the family, and it was just like, you know, we just say, you know, let's just move on and go on to other things. Do you miss being on the other side interviewing, or are you like this side right here? I'm still kind of like, I'm on that side. I got a partnership. Were you DJ? Well, yeah, but I got a partnership with this company called Boom Bap Nation. Okay, so I know Boom Bap. Yeah, so Boom Bap Nation. So we're about to start doing this type of dialogue, and I'll be the one sitting on that side. Nice. And doing it. I do enjoy it, but I like to play my role. So if this is my role, I'm just gonna play that. Understood. For now, when the time comes, I'll cross over. Understood. You stated you never get into something to let it be your main goal. You do things to open doors for you. Explain that. As far as like, wait, say it again? All right. You stated you never get into something to let it be your main goal. So like basically you do a bunch of different things. You do things to open doors for you. Yeah, one door has to lead to the next. So, you know, I approach every situation without like a complete end game. It's like, all right, if I do A, it'll lead to B, and that could lead to C, and all the way down the alphabet. Right. You know, people have a habit of limiting themselves, so I put no limit on what we can accomplish, and we just keep opening them doors, and we're not done yet. So
absolutely,
we're not done
absolutely.
Yet.
You still on this earth, you still walking. Ain't nobody done until we transition.
Yeah, we're not done yet.
So, out of all the hats you wear or wore, at the end of the day, what do you want to be your final position in life?
My main goal is first and foremost is to change like the thinking just like within my own family, like we were talking off air. You know, when you live in the city, you come from like apartment background, so like me and my wife got to move our family out the hood. So now like we're teaching them home ownership and expanding our family. But as far as like the music goes, we're trying to change the culture, and we're rewarding these kids for giving us content. So it's like, you know, we live in a day and age where, you know, hip hop is like the minority, like real hip hop, you know? And I think a lot of kids are afraid to express themselves. So like me, myself, I make it my goal and my mission in life to reward them, for them not being afraid to have some intelligence when they get on a record. And slowly but surely, we're seeing it. Like, so what, you know, when I would do my showcase in the beginning, it was like, you know, just trap music all day. But then kids would see that I'm picking guys that can actually rap. So now when you come to my showcase, it's like all those kids that were straight auto-tuning, now they're actually creating content. They look forward to it, like, yo, damn, he's going up to the radio. He's doing this. You know what, I could do it too.
Nice.
And we incorporate a live cypher now in my showcase. So we do a live cypher. We have a live band that comes in, and we do like a live 40-minute cypher, and the mic is open to anybody there.
Is that out here in the city?
Yeah, this is the New Artist Spotlight concert series that I do every other Tuesday. Okay. And I use that to pick kids for the cypher that I do on Shade 45.
Now that's
serious cypher.
That's what's
so
up.
I scout talent and see what it is from them.
That's what's up. That's good. Like, gotta get back to the youth, because you know how it was when we was growing up.
Yeah, nobody was giving us nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
We was out there taking stuff.
Yeah, we still are in a sense, yeah.
Basically. What has been one of the most challenging moments in your career?
Challenging? I think right now this is the most challenging.
Why? What'd you say?
This like DJ life, it's very demanding. It's taxing on the body. You know, like we're all kind of watching my career right now blossom as a disc jockey and like radio person, and you know I'm spending a lot of days away from home, and I think that's just, you know, the challenge. And then you got the demons in the club environment, the drinking,
all that,
the smoking,
the demons. You said it right.
Balance that.
You said it right.
This is literally the hardest part. Right. The human element
of dealing with those entities,
of business, the human element. I think that is definitely the most challenging thing. Like, I'm going through it right now.
I'm getting goosebumps just right now because I get it completely.
You know, right now it's a real situation. Like, you know, so I mean, I've been home like 4 days in like the last like 2 months. You know what I'm saying? I'm just constantly, even when I'm here in New York, I'm on the road. I'm on the road, I'm going here, going there. So, but this is what we have to do. But we have to try to find a delicate balance.
Absolutely. When you leave this earth, what would you want to be recognized for?
Just being the greatest of all time, straight up.
I could definitely see
the best that ever did it. That's it.
Well, the funny thing is, you know, like I said, obviously I was researching, and I see you have a relationship with Ricky Batts, and I seen him walking up these stairs today, and he's actually in the audience, who is actually also on the cover of Validated magazine a few issues ago, and I had the honor of interviewing him as well. So I'm blessed to just be here in this circle, in this space with you guys. What's your relationship?
I mean, this is my guy. I met him initially, you know, definitely business relationship as a film director, and then we have a lot in common, and we have a lot of common ground. So it kind of made sense to, you know, collab efforts, and Batts, you know, he trusts my vision. In a sense, like in this industry, you can't really trust that many people. You know, everybody can just say whatever, but
we spoke about that on his interview. Yeah,
you can't. You know, anyone can tell you. Joe Schmo could be like, I think you should do this, think you should that. But with him, I think he takes my opinion a little more serious. He's there. You can ask him yourself. And the cool thing is, that I notice it. Like, he doesn't have to tell me. He don't have to tell me this, but I see some of the moves. Like, if I tell him, yo, I think you should do this, that. I'll see it. He'll just be like, all right. And then I see like Loki, you know, he's kind of doing those things. So, I mean, we work great together. He was on my last album, The Untouchables. And we got a new record coming out too, and we'll definitely be intertwining things.
That's what's up. So I was going to ask you about Shade 45 and how artists could get on there, but it's clear that you have a showcase every Tuesday.
Yeah, so I have a showcase bi-weekly. It's called the New Artist Spotlight Concert Series. We do it at High 80 NYC. And pretty much, you know, it's an open format showcase. You know, and anybody's welcome to come down and perform.
What's the age limit?
There's no age limit.
Okay.
I mean, you know, I just look for content. So at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Like, you know, if I hear you, you know, auto-tuning, I may walk out the room. I'm just being honest. It is your duty as an artist to know what you're competing for. And if you're not doing your research, then you shouldn't be there. Obviously, you should know the platform. Know this Shade 45. This is Eminem Station. This is, you know, Lord Sear who broke many records. This is a guy that I work for. So and that is the platform that I give back to the kids with radio. And you know, I mean, it's no secret. Like, you can buy anything in life. You know, you can buy Facebook ads. You can buy whatever. But with my cypher, like, you can't purchase that. Right. Period. Like, it has to be, it's bars. Bottom line.
That's
and
it.
we've been going across the country doing this now. So we've been going to New England. We're going, you know, Atlanta. I'm going to Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta 15 days. So, you know, the word is definitely getting out that there's a real opportunity. And these kids are hungry. They're hungry. Like, seriously. Like, funny story. Last time I was in Atlanta, I DJ'd at this club called Club Amadeuz. There's like 700 people there. And like, so this his performance, and I'm thinking I'm gonna get like Lil Uzi Vert, and I got Nipsey Hussle. Like, the kid gets on the stage, he's like, "Fuck that! I'm giving y'all pain."
Wow.
Yo, when he gave me pain, I'm like, you know what, son? I'm bringing you up. Let's go. You know what I mean? That's what I look for.
That's what's up. So see, pay attention. There are opportunities out there. Just have to pay attention. You gotta have bars, and you gotta do it right. And you gotta be serious.
Right. You gotta have content.
Right.
Content.
That's the most important. All right, so would there be any last encouraging words for any young artists out there that you want?
Just keep grinding, just keep working, and if you cross my path, know what I'm looking for, because it is a real opportunity to give back to a young artist. That's and then and you know, back to the music, I got a new project coming out, so any day now, the prelude, and that's gonna be a glimpse into like what I'm looking for. Okay. For the kids, like I tell kids, like, yo, I want bars, but I can give you bars. So it's not coming from someone that can't give you what he's asking for. Right. You know, so and that sets the bar too a little bit. Like, they're like, all right, he's serious, like, you know. So, you know, shout out to the young artists that allow me to listen and be a part of their career. We've been able to change a lot of lives, even if it's just one song play or one, you know, interview or one, you know, we just want to spark hope and let them know that there is a opportunity for them to get where they need to go.
Well, that's much appreciated. I'm glad you're out here doing what you have to do. It's much needed, especially in this industry. Definitely. As we spoke about.
You're a great interviewer too, by the way.
Thank you.
Great. This is twice I've been here. It's been great already.
Thank you. So let them know where they can find you.
All right, you know, all social media platforms, Inphamus Amadeuz. Make sure you tune into the Drunk Mix each and every Thursday at 3 p.m. Shade 45, the Lord Sear special, the Inphamus Amadeuz, unsigned artist. You know the vibes. Hit me Instagram right now at the Inphamus Amadeuz. And once again, I got my new project any day now. The Prelude comes out. Support it. Support is free.
And give a shout out to Validated.
All right, and of course, Validated Magazine.
And Kim GoodLook Seabrook.
And the Kim, and she, you know, best interview in the country, man.
Yeah. All right, I appreciate it.
All right, no, thank you.
No doubt.
Sharpshooter boy, never met. Let the shots go, empty out the clip. Praying at these clubs, you never trip. The money like an acrobat, make it flip. I make it flip, I make it flip, I make it flip. We don't do no basics. I make it flip, I make it flip, I make it flip. We don't do no basics. Hey yo, I'm zoned out. This front and I pull a chrome out. Hit you from the front and blow the back of your dome out. Remain G. My game will booze your damn knees. You're staring at my chain to make a lane. Brain freeze. Info flame piffin'. Dipping and lane switching. The way the chain glisten, your dame became missing. My aim different. I'm slaying your main vixen. We both cooking up, but it ain't the same kitchen. I'm on fire like I cook for Satan. About to pop like grease out the pan when you cooking bacon. And the flow got these waiting. They thought my album had Parkinson's disease the way it shook the nation. Yeah, I hit the block with a rare rhyme. My nana air 'em out if you giving them airtime. I'm fly like I work for an airline. The diamonds on my chain got more colors than 6ix9ine's hairline. It's youngin'.